Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ann, and this is Iron Sharpens Iron Council, a ministry dedicated to uplift humanity. So I wanted to tell you this story all day. Actually, just had a lot of interruptions, unexpected family members stopping by, and all kind of stuff. So I'm so sleepy, but I'm determined. I was determined to record this. So basically, I've been in the process of going about getting my U.S. passport, but in a certain way, right? I wanted it to be indicated. It's a state passport. Okay, now I have all kinds of connections in terms of being former military and all of that. And I've had a the diplomatic passport and the tourist passport, which is the blue passport. So I've had the blue passport and the red passport. And it's likely that I could get it again through my connections through the military, but I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted to test, um, of by getting it through as a private woman, right? So I sent a notice to the Office of Inspector General directly. I did not go, to the post office and through that standard path. I just, anytime you're doing any of these private processes, it's best to send out a cover letter with your intentions and with your instructions and directions should they need to be, thoroughly explained. So that's pretty much that. So that's what I did. Now, in the cover letter, it also had a soft demand request that slash demand for fee exemption. Okay. Now, the fee exemption, I put the verbiage that I used that I found, and I kind of tweaked it. And that's one thing, you have to put your own energy into the research. This is not, copy and paste. Okay. Copy and paste will land you in a whole lot of hot water. And that's just a whole nother ball of wax I don't want to deal with. So I've learned the hard way to go ahead and do my own documents, right? After much study. So that's just one tip that I highly recommend. Don't just copy and paste other people's work. It's usually not going to work out well for you. Okay, so I did that, and I had the status. I got status correction on the brain, but I did the fee exemption and the exemption from their demand for a social security number. Like I had everything down packed in the in my document. It's not a template. It's just a letter that came from my research. It's not a document that you could follow, that you could copy word for word. You just have to read it, understand it, and then do your own based on that example. Okay. So I talk about those things in the group. Okay. It's a free study group that anyone can join. You just hit join and then, we'll approve your membership in the free study group. I'll put the link down below. But, if you're interested in listening to this entire journey or reading about it, because I write more about it. But I decided, for the first time to kind of start recording my journey based on a conversation that I had, kind of like a nice reminder. Again, things I've been meaning to do, but just so busy and I forget. Got a lot of dragons I'm trying to slay here, like 25. So basically, I sent in, the application with, the passport photo, and what else did I send? The cover letter with all my explanations and my intentions. And then I sent that directly with the original passport application. I sent that directly to the Department of State, specifically find the man or woman who's in charge. Okay, you're not sending it to a dead fictional agency. You need to put a live, man or woman's name, which is what I did. Can't remember the name right now, but look it up, find them, find her, put their name, attention, their name, right? And so that's what I did. So here is, and make a copy of everything that you send. I typically keep originals of everything because that belongs to me. Your originals belong to you, especially if you get, something notarized. But because it was an application, their application, I sent the original and I kept a copy for myself. Okay, so that's how I did that. So that is in the works. Sent no money, no payment or anything. I explained why, and I asked if he could show the authority as to being able to demand anything other than gold and silver. Well, about a month later, or maybe a little over a month, because this has been ongoing for over a year now. Again, I could have had my passport, but I don't want it that way. I don't want it the easy way. I want to go through this path. I want my respect as a private woman, right? So I'm just going through the motions. I don't care about having a passport. I want y'all to know that. It is just me poking, the bear, because I want what I'm due. It's my right, and I just want it. It's supposed to be for free. So I'm not going to use it for identification purposes. I make my own private IDs. I don't need theirs. I don't need any state issued anything. But this is just me pushing the envelope just to kind of test some things out. Tired of the theories. I'm tired of the philosophies. I'm putting, the metal to the test. So what's happening now is, right. A few weeks later, I would say 4 to 5 weeks. I mean, it was a long time, maybe even up to 2 months. I really don't know. I got to look at the dates and everything. But basically, I get an email from the Office of Inspector General, who I sent the package to, informing me that they have decided to turn my complaint, and I put air quotation because that's what they call my package. My package is not a complaint. My package is an application. But in the email, it was, called and labeled your complaint. So the complaint was sent to the Office of Bureau Consular, and oh Lord, I'm getting that all chopped up. Bureau of Consular Affairs, right? So I said, oh, really? Wonder what's going on with that. At first I was upset. Not upset, but not even frustrated, but just, I can't even put an emotion on it. It's just, the games, that you go through. But so what I ended up feeling about it was, okay, well, I guess I'll take that as a good sign because I am to be considered foreign with regard to the United States. So maybe it's a good thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Talked it over with a few people. That's kind of what was the consensus. So it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. So I then turned around. I gave that notice 30 days, I believe, right? Because in that notice, in that email, it said that they no longer have anything to do with my application, or according to them, complaint, and that everything was turned over to them, to the consular, and that I needed to be in touch with them. Okay, fine. So I said, okay, they have the information. Okay, all right, at least. But I noticed, guess what? Here's the thing. They did not complain that they didn't receive any fees. They just said it was turned over. So I was like, okay, so we're getting somewhere. So that's where we are. So next thing, I decided, after a prolonged period of time, again, I decided to write the consular, right? Consular Affairs, Bureau of Consular Affairs, which is by the way, still with the Department of State. It's just a different department. Okay, so I write them 30 days later. I gave it some time after I received the email. No response. And I received the green card, from the return receipt. So they have it. They have my letter. So I wrote them. I got the return receipt in the mail, and it was signed. So I tried to reach out to them. Let your fingers do the walking. I called them. Just got a bunch of runaround. Couldn't get to the person who signed. So I ended up sending a second notice. And then because someone in the group had already been down this road, kind of like the back and forth, they gave me a email for the director or someone, one of the higher ups at the consulate. So that's who I ended up writing, and getting a lot of good feedback from her. But in the meantime, in between time, I also contacted one of my state senators. Okay, put him to work. Okay, every state has 2 senators. They work for you. They work for you. They work for me. I'm nobody special. Just call them. Let them know what's going on, what's on your mind, and what you need. So actually, that's what reminded me to do this video today, is because I received a phone call, and we have been communicating. So I received a phone call. I was assigned a caseworker at the senator's office, right? And Nikki, Naki, something in. I can't remember her name. She has been just amazing. She's been in communication with the Bureau for me, and she's been emailing and making sure that I stay on top. Like whatever they ask, her, and she doesn't have the answer, she'll write me. And so we have been in communication. So she called me today with yet another update from Regina, who is, I think she's the director. I'm not sure what is her position at the Bureau of Consular. I don't know what Regina's position, because I don't see in her signature block on the email. I can't remember. But yeah, so now it's a 3-way conversation. It's me, the consular, and the senator's office, right? And so I'm getting somewhere. So anyway, right now, what is the status? The consular has informed the senator's office that they cannot find my package or my complaint. They have a reference number from the email that I received, because I provided all of that information to the senator's office, right? They can trace it back to them with regard to the email, but no one can find my package. So they were also asking for a passport locator number, which I was never given one, because I didn't go through the standard channels of going through the post office. Apparently there's some sort of link up or connection when you go that route. And when, by the time the passport is received from the post office on your behalf, apparently it's assigned a passport locator number. Well, since I bypassed that, I didn't get a passport locator number. So that's where me and Nikki, let's just call her Nikki. I don't remember her name, but let's just say Nikki from the senator's office. That's where we are. Because I explained to her the situation. And I also informed her that it's probably stemming from some type of attitude that I have been requesting, fee exemption. Okay, I don't know. We don't know. We're not going to jump to conclusions, but it's in the works. Now, is this the easy path? Oh, heck no. I sent my package late August of 2018. Here we are, October 2019. So it's not exactly the easy route. But I think it's worth it. And as soon as it's resolved, I'm going to, I've been keeping everyone abreast of the situation, book, chapter, and verse from the beginning up until now. I just did an update yesterday, I think. So that now this video is going to be the new update, so I won't have to type it. But basically, if you want everything from the beginning, the written version, it's in the group, in the free study group. and so on Facebook, right? And I'll put the link in the description box. So yeah, so that's where it is. I'm just determined, but I've also been very busy. So all of that time extension, it's not, I can't put it all on them. It's partially because of me and not staying on top of, exactly the 30-day deadline when it was time to, like, you got to stay on it. And I wasn't on it because I have so many other things that I have going on. So I'll put that on the back burner, and then I'll kind of circle back. Well, when I circle back, this is where things are. So it's kind of getting hot right now. Who knows? I may have to start all over because now, they, the bureau, and then the confusion too that me and Naki, I just explained that to her today, Nikki. I said the Bureau of Consular Affairs, they have two offices. One is in Washington, D.C., and the other one is in Virginia. And so whenever I communicated, I sent it to both, right? And I do believe, I have to look at my passport package, my folder with all my passport information, because I do believe that I sent, when I started communicating with the Bureau, I do believe that I sent the entire copy of everything to both offices, DC and Virginia, just to kind of make sure, because I wasn't sure which way to go. So I was like, okay, you're going to get everything. Both of y'all going to get everything, just to be thorough, right? So this is where things are. The moral of the story is, it's not quick, it's not fast, it's not easy. You have to have the resolve to stick it out, and that's what I'm doing. Yes, I could have had a passport, through the military, and for free too, because when I was in the Navy and they needed me quick, fast, and in a hurry overseas, I was granted both passports within a week, too, not just one passport, and both for free, the red one and the blue one. And so I can, call up a couple friends, hey, I need blah, 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 and then it'll get done. But I don't, like I said, I don't want to do that, because that was as a United States citizen. This time is different. I'm a whole different woman now. I'm private. And so I just want to stick it out. I don't care how long it takes. And besides, I'm not necessarily traveling. I will travel when I get it, but it's not for that purpose. It's for, to just prove that, these people, I want to hold their hand to the fire. Like, it's my right. And if I ask you for a government service, the government is supposed to be there to serve me, us, all of us. Okay. So that's just it. Join the group. It's free. It's a free study group, and contribute if you may. That would be greatly appreciated, because that's how we build the brain trust. But I will continue this saga, because it is a saga, it's a journey, until I get the passport one way or the other. Well, this way. If I have to get it the other way, the quote unquote normal way, I'll be kind of like disappointed. But it sounds like I have to brace myself to get it through the post office. I'm still on the fence if I want to, pay them. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on the fence, because I'm like, dang it, we're not supposed to pay for government services. Okay. The exemption verbiage is exemption. It's called exemption from fees. It's in the group. You just have to literally search that term, exemption, from fees, or I can't remember how I put it, but basically just search the group and it'll come right up, because I added it. Now, no, I did not provide the letter, not yet, because I don't want everyone bombarding the office before this is resolved. Okay. But I dropped so many tools and, other posts in there that you can pretty much piecemeal and put it together. But eventually I will provide that. Eventually I will provide everything, to you in the group. Okay. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick update. That's one of my episodes on this private path, to freedom. And I have so many other stories to tell y'all. Oh my gosh. Successes, failures, but that's how you learn. That's how you grow. Don't be afraid to try and test things. And Iron Sharpens Iron Council, the group, the Facebook group, is it's just a treasure trove of dedicated people who really study and share. And I appreciate all of you, if you're listening now, that it's been a learning experience. I've been on this path now for about 3 years, just on the private side. And, I've grown because of the group. So get in here, get in the group and contribute, with what or even with just questions, hey, I've been thinking about doing this, that, and the next, and then just ask. You never know what other man or woman that you're gonna, affect, or who may just need that word of encouragement. Okay, just come in, be kind, do not demean just because someone may not know as much as you. We're all in the same boat. Okay, it's been a massive fraud, committed against us, and and the courts and the justice system is being held hostage by the attorneys. So, we have to work together, and we have to be, kind and friendly, with our brothers and sisters on the same path. That's all I ask. If there is a quote unquote requirement, the requirement would be kind, act like your mama is going to read what you have to say. Okay. And you're not going to disrespect your mama. Because if you do, I don't know how you were raised. Were you raised but dragged up by a pack of wolves? Well, then that would not be the right group for you, because we don't play all that bickering and carrying on. Okay, we're helpful, we're kind, we're loving, and we want to be there, with the moral support for each other. Okay, so that's all I have to say for this video. I will come back with some more journeys, insights for the journey, so to speak. Again, I am not, I say this a lot, and I say this a lot in the videos, and I say it a lot in the group. I am not a guru. I'm not an expert. I'm not a teacher. I'm a fellow researcher, and I share what I learned along the way. I pretty much post things that I find on my own journey. I just use it as a brain dump. I might need this later, and I'll just dump it in the group because someone else may be able to contribute in the comments. That's it. A lot of people say, oh, well, I don't know what to say. Do you have something on your mind? Do you have something on your agenda? Have you been thinking about doing something? Write that. I mean, it's really just that simple. You don't have to have a masterful post. Just write whatever is going on or whatever you're thinking about, or you may have seen an article. I drop articles and videos all the time. Know why? Because it's free. It doesn't cost a red cent to post in the group. And you never know who may just need to see that. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. Lord, I don't ask for much, and I definitely don't pressure anyone. Post what you want to post when you want to post, and if you do, it's greatly appreciated. Okay, so I'm trying to rack my brain because I'm just sleepy because I just ate. I just ate. So all right, let me just wrap up. All right, the outro. This channel promotes world peace for a society above race, politics. See, I was going to say realitics. I'm so tired. I get the giggles. Realitics is not a word, but that's what it is when you speak not speak, but think in two different languages. Okay, born in Panama, and so I still dream and think in English and Spanish, and sometimes they get a little. So what is the word? Spanglish. Think like that. So okay, realitics. Lord have mercy. Okay, this channel promotes world peace for a society above race, politics, and religion, one video at a time. I share insights for the journey to knowledge. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell notification button so you don't miss a new video. What is Zoe right here? I had tell you people came by. My niece came with her daughter. My adult niece came with her daughter, Zoe, who's 10 years old, and Zoe fixed my script. She was like, you know what, Tia? They call me Tia. That means aunt in Spanish. Tia, you need to change it. And so I see Zoe's handwriting all over. 10 years old fixing my script. She says, instead of saying, be safe, and until the next video, you need to say, be safe and have a good rest of the day. And until the next video, peace, bliss, and positive vibes only. So thank you, Zoe. Love you. And I will see you guys. Please try to remain positive in the comments. Lord knows I do read the negative comments, but they are thoroughly ignored. Have a good one, everybody. See you on the next video.